All right, good evening, everybody. How are you doing? This is Bill Mouse Art. This is December 14th. December 14th. Holy crap. Christmas is right around the corner, dude. Right around the corner. Where did this year even go, is what I'm asking. Well, nothing to do then, but do some drawing and some sketching tonight and see where the evening takes us. Let's see who's in the room with us. Some person. What's up, dude? Merry Christmas. I think you are onto something here. Platinum, what's up, dude? Let's see. Platinum says, I'm at work, so I have to put in my request early. A very Thalia Christmas and heck, or When Thalia Met Purgatory, Christmas edition. Either way, Thalia is showing a lot of leg. All right, so we got our first direction for the evening. I think Thalia the Cyber Demon is going to take front and center tonight. Very Christmassy. Very Christmassy indeed. Very cool, dude. Platinum says, secretly listening from work. Shh, don't tell nobody. Mom's the word, my friend. We will not tell a soul. Kevin, what's up, dude? Merry Christmas. So who's the butt of the joke? Indeed. No one. This is good. This is good things. These are inspiring the art for the evening. Kevin says also, I think we may have a theme going of overlooked comic cartoon characters making an appearance. Makes me think we need to see some Wildcats. That's a possibility. I always like drawing voodoo. I like voodoo. Voodoo's cool. So you got voodoo in my brain, and we have Thalia the Cyber Demon in my brain. So like an early suggestion from Platinum, just as we started getting going, listening in secret from where he is. No one say a word. Ken, what's up? Good evening, gentlemen. Gentleman. Ken says maybe Nira crawling in an AC duct like Die Hard. Oh, that's good too. Oh, geez, that's good too. That's one of my favorite little scenes. I actually made that. I should. If I could find it, I will show it to you guys. I made that little square. It's a little square, like a little square thing made with silver duct tape and stuff, and I got a little picture of him on the inside, so it looks like he's crawling through the ducting system. Like, come out to the coast, have a few drinks, have a few laughs. That could be something that's happening in the background. Let's see if we could fit that in. That would be good. That would be good. As I'm drawing, you might have to remind me again. We'll see how the evening goes. Chet, what's up, dude? Chet says, if you do Thalia, this will be rough. Do the Purgatory Thalia. I know, I was thinking about the Purgatory Thalia too, because as soon as he said Purgatory, I'm like, that would be kind of cool to have those two characters together. So that could be a thing. That could be a thing. I'm gonna keep it in my mind, because I was literally the first suggestion. I think Platinum beat everybody as far as suggestions go. So let me see. The Purgatory. I'm looking up some quick reference just to have her in front of me, because that'll be my reminder. That'll be my reminder. Let's see here. There we go. I just want to leave that up there. Just leaving a screen up there so I can have a little reminder that Purgatory might be on the menu for this evening. All right, let me grab my pencil here. And we're going to start. Kevin says, hot and sweaty Nira. You know, if Nira is in the air duct, I still think that would be an awesome idea to have Nira in the air duct. uh, and possibly Thalia with some kind of purgatory thing. I think Thalia might make some appearances tonight here. Well, let's see. Let's get ourselves going here, and we're gonna find out where things end up, because that would be fun. All right, so we're gonna do some pencils here, and I think we're gonna do these pencils with the intention of inking them later. So this is going to be like a normal semi-tight pencil here. So that way we can do a nice tight inking on top of it later on. And we'll see how the evening goes. We're going to see how this goes. First, let's get Thalia positioned where she's gonna be. Thalia, the cyber demon. I like. Trying to decide if I'm going to draw her pupils or not. Sometimes depending on her attitude at the moment, sometimes the energy in her eyes, sometimes you can see her pupils and sometimes you can't. So maybe you can let me know what you guys think. We'll go from there. For the moment, though, I am going to work on getting her face where it needs to go, because she needs to have a face. And then we'll think about what kind of cool pose we're going to have her in. I agree. She's definitely going to be showing a lot of leg. She likes showing off her sexuality. And the way that she looks and the way she feels about herself empowers her. She feels good about those things. All right, I'll do a little bit of drawing and then I'll catch up with the chat. Try my best not to miss anybody's input here. Platinum says, finally have a visual. What the heck? What the heck? Chet, let's see. Look through Chaos, not Dynamite works. Yeah, I got you. Yeah, that was I went to Chaos first. Yep. We think alike. We think alike. As Kevin says, Purgatory on the menu. I think her goose is cooked. Chet says, could have both hands locked up for power with the wings encircling each other. That could be cool. That could be cool. Let's see. We'll see how the space. I mean, like have both of their hands locked up together. That's a possibility. Let me see here. Let me see what expression she's going to be having here. Actually, you know what? I want to see Thalia's canines. I want to see her vampiric teeth a little bit in this one. So let's see about kind of bringing those forward so she can. You can see that she's a little angry. You can see that she's got something on her mind. And we can always adjust that a little bit. And of course, her delta, her Cyber Angel delta that's on her cheek is all twisted and drippy and kind of haunted. Cool. Okay, let me get back to the chat here. Make sure everybody see where everybody's going here. Ian, what's up, dude? Says Nira X laying down, wrapped up in Christmas lights and surrounded by presents. Now, you know that we probably could surround her in some Christmas lights. We had an earlier suggestion that maybe she was crawling out of an air duct, Die Hard style. So perhaps we can fit in some Christmas lights in there somewhere. I like the idea of that. Plus, I like the idea of her being tied up a little bit anyway. That's always a cool idea. Those tropes are always fun for a reason, you know. All right, let's see. Before I draw the rest of where her hair is, I'm gonna have to start thinking about how her body's going to be situated. Actually, the collarbones will say so much. So she's going to be in a pose with purgatory. And we're going to see how this pose goes. We're going to see how the paper dictates which way this pose is going to go. We're creating and going as we go here. There we go. I think she's going to be flashing her gauntlet at her. Kind of like in a show of power. Probably have her hair flowing in the wind right next to her like that because it could look badass. All right. There we go. Just tighten it up a little bit. And I might have this hair kind of flying towards the front. We'll see how that goes. We got to see how they're going to be facing off first. Plus, our goal from the first suggestion is to make sure that Thalia has this badass pose. We'll see if we can get their wings intertwined a little bit. And Thalia is going to be showing, like the way her pose is going to be, she's going to be showing a lot of leg. So that way it's all dramatic. And where Nira ends up, we'll see. We'll see the space that's left over. We could fit in because they might be fighting somewhere where there would be an air duct somewhere somehow. And we'll see if Nira is going to be coming out of that thing. Let's see. Pull the camera back just a little bit so that way you see a little bit more of the drawing all at the same time. All right, gotta move you around a little bit. Start getting an idea of where your wings are going to be. There we go. And Thalia's gauntlets, they kind of start right up her arm there like that, so... And I always like drawing these cool skirts. Because Thalia likes to be kind of fancy. All right, let me see where you guys are at here. Christy Han saying hi to everyone. Excellent. Kevin says Nira made the mistake and didn't find herself in the AC duct. It was a bit too chilly for some parts. So she's crawling through the heating duct. Very cool. Very cool. Excellent. Excellent. Christopher, what's up, dude? Glad you're hanging out with us. Excellent. Excellent. Kevin says she's got a face only a mother. Only a mother. Yeah, I'll read it in Samuel L. Jackson's voice for sure. Halfway through it, I saw where you were going. Platinum says seems like a good excuse for a little tiny Hellboy. Oh, let's put a pin in that. A little tiny Hellboy is a good idea for this one. This is a special in heck piece. Chet says, in theory, Platt, an evil Ernie or ENX little tiny. Oh, this is true too. This is true. Larry, what's up, man? Thanks for hanging out with us. Awesome, awesome. Some person says, I suggest a ghost. Which one from Scrooge? Pick whichever. That could be a good thing. That could be a good thing. Oh, from Niobe. Hey, Larry. Now I know which Larry I'm talking to. It's nice to put my Larry straight. So Larry is good. From Niobe Comics. Excellent, man. That's awesome. I'm glad you're hanging out with us, man. Kevin says, got something on her mind? I got my mind set on you, but it's going to take a whole lot of money. Christiane says, I guess that could always be a commission with the lights. Yeah, I mean, that would be a lot of fun. And plus, if we did like some digital, well, if we do an inked commission and I post it up on that Patreon, I'll do the colors for free on that one. So I mean, you can let me know if you want to do that. That'd be awesome. Because with the digital colors, we can make the Christmas lights look really cool. Have the right effects and stuff instead of the hand colored. Chet says, remind Bill on the next one, Chris. Still got one more before Christmas, and it'll be perfect timing. This is true. Yeah, we're gonna have our big. Chet has got a huge 2-page spread Christmas piece that's gonna be a big one for next week. So yeah, can't wait to show you guys what we got planned for that one. That's a big piece. So big thanks to Chet for producing that one for us and financing that one for us. Kevin says, where's the guy with the shirt saying ho ho ho? Now I have a gun too. Now I have a machine gun too. That's the dude, man. That's the most famous guy from Die Hard. The dude in the elevator. Some person says, Nira all junked up on candy canes. That I can see. Robot parts need sugar. This is true. Larry says, "Show a lot of leg." Amen to that. Yeah, we're definitely that's one of our that's definitely got to be our theme. We're gonna have Thalia here, the cyber demon, and I think she's facing off with Purgatory right over here from Chaos Comics. So that's what we're gonna kind of be shooting for. So we gotta have Thalia showing a lot of leg here, being all sexy. Some person says Christmas tree is in mid-fall on fire, about to fall on her. I like that. Show a lot of leg. Hey, that's two suggestions from Larry because he is Niobe Comics. Christiane says, "Will do, Chet. That's a great idea. Awesome. Yeah, I'm glad. Yeah, I'm glad you suggested that, dude. For sure." Nera X using a candy cane as a sword. Chet says, "Plus it will give you time to do time for all types of ideas." This is true. Yeah. And if there are commissions that we do during the week, we can share them all on the show, so that way you guys can see what we've done during the week. That would be a lot of fun. Chris says, "Nira gift wrapped, only wearing a bow." That I always like that. That's a good trope. I like that trope a lot. Kevin says, "A ghost." I pick the one from Dark Horse Comics. Yes, ghost. Platinum says, "ENX can always little tiny my ideas." All ideas, really. For sure, dude. Now he says, "Someday perhaps we can do a Nira Niobe crossover cover." I'd be open to the idea of that. Yeah, dude. Why not? That would be a lot of fun, man. Let's definitely talk about that. That would be really cool. 2025 should be like a super fun year. You know what I'm talking about? So, yeah, let's see what we can do. Christiane says, "Are we bidding on the two-piece set next week?" No, unfortunately. Well, not unfortunately. Fortunately for Chet, he already owns the two-page piece that is for next week is actually Chet's commission. So everybody thank Chet that we've got this huge piece to work on next week. So that's one that he is already collecting. What we're going to do with that Christmas episode, we'll do like an original piece at the front of the show, just like we do normally, and then we'll auction it off. And then on the second half of the show, we'll work on Chet's big Christmas piece. So kind of like the same of like what we're doing right now with this one. So for the first hour or so, we work on this one. Then we'll auction it off just as is, and then of course I'll add the inks and everything to it. Thank you guys for trusting me to put on some good inks for it. Everybody's been happy so far, so I appreciate that. And then the second half of the show, we'll work on like this on this episode. After the auction, we're working a little bit more on Chet's Evil Nira looking in a mirror at Thalia piece here. It's kind of a Chet episode this week. And then I promised him I put some little tinies on the bottom of this piece right here, which was a piece that we sold at auction on another channel, which was that was a lot of fun. It was actually on Peter Sameti's channel on Comic Book Radio. So we got a lot of things going on. Ken says maybe have a little tiny Nira falling off Thalia like Hans Gruber. Oh, that is freaking hilarious. Hans Gruber style. I am gonna put her. I'm gonna look. I'm writing a note to myself right now that she is gonna be right here, falling off of Thalia. All right. So I know that this is going to be Nira right here. This little stick figure. We're going to end up making that Nira. Let's see. Niobe says, well, figure my chats will be more likely seen if I come on your YouTube channel. Oh, I got you. Now thank you, dude. I appreciate you subbing up. I appreciate that. I'm a humble little channel with good people. Kevin says, what, Nira falling? No. Chris says, way to go, Chet, for the two-piece. Yeah, he went all out for that one. So that's a big piece. A lot of characters going to be in that piece. So Chet went all out. Christopher says, can't wait to see my commission start. Yes, absolutely, dude. I see your name on the list and it's coming up. This is going to be all like Christmas and New Year stuff. So this is going to be, we're going to have a busy month. We're going to have a busy month. Chet says 2 pieces, the Thanksgiving and the Christmas piece. That's right. They're both of them are 2-page pieces, 2-page spreads. All right. Let's see. I'm going to leave the chat again just for a little while. And if I miss some of the chat, please forgive, because I'll do my best to keep on looking up so I can. We got the basic idea of where we're headed. So I'm going to have some of that right there. Now, let me see. Let me put up my other screen over here. There we go. That way I can just get a little bit of a look at what's going on with Purgatory. Make sure I have kind of a general position for Thalia's gauntlet here, because she's going to be kind of like crackling with some energy and some power. Yeah, and we'll tighten all this stuff up really nice when we go into the inks. Right now, it's like in order to get the whole drawing done for the show, sort of give ourselves notes as we go along. There we go. Give her a little bit of a top so that YouTube doesn't try to censor me. Daly always has like some cool dress skirt thing going on. Little medieval kind of look, but fancy. She likes to be fancy. She's a fancy pants. She has kicking high heels. Yeah, probably better if you can actually see it. There you go. There we go. Little armor on her shoes. She likes showing off her belly, man. It's like she does a lot of working out, so you know, can't just waste that. And some of this part we'll do nice and loose. That'll give us some. It'll give us some latitude, a little bit of room to work with when we go into the inks. That way, if we want to make some adjustments or change up some little things, we can do some cool stuff like that. Just want to get the basics on her armor here, so that way we can kind of jump into where Purgatory's character is going to be at. We got her hair. Maybe I'll have her hair do a little bit more than usual. I want to have her hair kind of like really coming out instead of just lying flat, you know? Something a little bit more dramatic. Something worthy of Nakatomi Plaza. She likes to be dramatic. She's a dramatic chick. Maybe I'll have her pupils just like that, because Purgatory's pupils are always usually drawn like not, like you don't really see her pupils, which is always kind of cool to me. me draw the top of her shadow wings. For anybody that's not familiar with some of Thalia's powers, like her wings are basically like shadows that come out of her back, as opposed to like physical wings. So it gives me a lot of creativity, a lot of things I could do with her wings. All right, let me see where Purgatory is going to be over here. It'd almost be a profile of her looking over here because she's going to be like staring up at her like this. These two chicks are pissed off. They're pissed off at each other. Just want to make sure her head is kind of tilted in the right direction. Because if it looks like she's just staring off into space, it won't make no damn sense. Plus, it'd be cool to have her horns kind of angled this way. Something that tells me pissed off. There we go. And I'll catch up a little bit with the chat in just a moment. Just want to get this one little angle on her here. And I'll probably do a little bit more adjusting. I'm going to do a lot more adjusting once when I get started with the inks. There's always like a ton of fine tuning that happens when I start with the actual inks. That's the one I want. I was looking at some Le Reference. Here we go. Let me catch up with the chat for a moment. The little tiny Nira falling. You guys. Let me see here. Where am I at? All right, I think this is where I was. Okay, Christopher says, oh, did you, about the Nira comics? My gosh, I still have to look that up. I'm so sorry, dude. Yeah, thanks for reminding me. Yeah, look, I'm going to write myself a little note right now because that's something that I was planning on doing this weekend. Yep, I will definitely respond to your email. Look, I've got my note right here. So that way after the show, I'm going to see my note because it's right here in my way. So that way I won't forget. Okay? I will let you know exactly which books I have. I appreciate your patience, dude. Thanks, man. Let's see. Chet says, technically the Christmas piece could be a 3-piece too because of the group saying, yeah, we could definitely spread it out to 3 pages. And I mean, it's going to cost the same either way because it's by the render time and it's by how many characters are in the piece. So we could definitely spread it out to a 3-page thing. It can almost be. We could end up printing that thing like a poster or something. Yeah, we could totally do that, dude. There you go. Had to give Thales a little bit of a thing on her hair there. Yeah, now that looks good to me. It looks good. It looks good. All right, Purgatory. Let's see where we're going to go here. These two chicks are mad at each other. The drama. Can you feel the tension? I can certainly feel the tension. They're both saying, make me look good, or else they'll do something to me. So I gotta do my best. I got no choice in the matter here. All right, let me see here. Catch up here real quick. Platinum says, how far down am I on the list? I can't wait for everyone to see it. I can't like look at the list right now because I got all this like live streaming stuff in front of me. But yeah, it's coming up, dude. It's coming up. And the one that you've been waiting on the longest too, it's like that's one that started out as a playmat and then we changed it around. So now it's actually a different piece. But dude, can't wait. I'm looking forward to starting 2025 on a very fresh note. So I'm doing my best to get everything kind of caught up this month. It's kind of my Christmas gift to you guys and to myself. So that way everything is like everything is out there. I can't wait, dude. Chet says, I don't think Bill has an order list. Yeah, well, I do have a general order to the list, but also I'll change the order a little bit depending on what I'm more inspired to draw, because I can draw it faster when the inspiration hits. You know what I mean? So I do my best to keep the list as is, and basically treat it like when I'm at a convention. It's like the first person to come up. I try to get everybody in the order that they came, and then what sort of gets in between things are other like little publishing stuff. Lettering a book for a company or finishing a deadline for a book or something like that. So those are the things that always I'm constantly juggling. Put it that way. It's always juggling those things. But that's the way that's how I keep my brain fresh. That's how I keep and that's how I keep things coming into the studio. So. But I am managing my time a lot better. I learned a lot of hard lessons over the old pandemic, as it were. And then there were a lot of things that got caught behind for one reason or another. And we are juggling. We're juggling the schedule a whole lot better. But you guys also help me a lot too. You guys help me with letting me know what's up. Always giving me reminders. Always welcome that because that helps me keep things straight in my brain, even though I've got things written down. It's always good to get little reminders and saying, like people wanting to get little updates. It's like, hey, like what's the schedule looking like? Then I can turn around. I can actually go to the drawer, pick up the schedule, and see where things are at. And it helps me it lights a fire under my butt. which is a good thing. It's a good thing. Never taken in a bad way, because those are the things that help me stay on track. Not to mention, you guys are always super cool about everything. So when things are running late, you guys are always super cool with me and giving me the time that I need to be creative. So, because I want to give you guys my best, every time. I don't want to rush through it and not give you the best that I could possibly give you. Oh, I like her shoulder blades, her shoulder gauntlets, shoulder blades, her shoulder pad thingies. I dig these. All right, well, let me get some more hair on Purgatory. She could be mad at me if I give her a short haircut. Yeah, this is going to be dope when the ink gets on here. She got some long claws. I cut that neckline down just a little bit further than it usually goes. Cool. I'll jump into the chat in just a moment. Their hair is going to be all mixed up. Cool. Pull this back just a little bit further. There we go. Yeah, I want to have her hair flying this way a little bit. All right, let's see what her wings are going to be doing up here. I like drawing the little claw parts of her wings. They're pretty badass. All right, this is where all this energy is coming out of here. Now her other wing coming over here. Yeah, I like her demon wings a lot. All right, got the shadow wings kind of like behind her, behind Purgatory's wings. So I just kind of block that in. That's going to be like a solid black or like some energy and stuff. Facing off. I gotta have the rest of her hair trailing off back here. She didn't get a haircut. All right, we'll see how this is looking here. Let's see. Some person says, hello, Schrodinger's cat mouse. I appreciate the hello. Yeah, she's not, I know she's in the studio, but she's not in the studio. Yeah, it's like tonight she's not in the studio. She's downstairs doing domestic, normal people things. Boo! Cat mouse isn't here. Vida arte. Buenas noches, my friend. I'll respond in Spanish. That's as close as I can get. But yeah, good night to you, my friend. Good evening. I'm glad you're hanging out with us, man. Platinum says everyone knows Fox blew up their own offices for Die Hard, right? They blew up their own offices? I did not know that. Chet also did not know that. Chris Dehan says, Chet going for the triptych. Nice. Yeah, man. 3-piece? Hell yeah. Actually, I'll charge double since it's going to be 3 pieces now. I'm just saying. Chet says it'd be the second one I had Bill do. That's right. The first one was the dragon piece. It's got the big dragon in it. Yeah, I remember that piece. That was a big piece. Christy Hen says, whoa, a little jealous. Yeah, he breaks it out, man. He goes all out. Chet says, yeah, it was King of Thrones. That's right. The Game of Thrones, Nero on one side, ENX on the other, and then Daenerys and her dragon in the middle. That's right. Yep. Krista says, oh, that's cool. It was, man. It was a super cool idea. It was a really cool idea. Yeah, it was totally inked. Yep, it was all inked too. Chet says, yep, Bill had it. Yeah, I did post it. It's been a while. But I should find it. I should find it again. I got to find that. I got to find that file. Because that piece was really, really, really fun. Instead of let's see, little falling, little tiny Nera is still a great idea. Still might put that in here somewhere. Let's see, I got her wing coming down here. Let me make sure that I've got space so you can see the rest of her wing coming down this way. And then I don't know if we're gonna have space for the because we wanted to do Nera like coming out of what would essentially be an air duct, but it doesn't have to actually be an air duct. But she does need to come out of something to get that idea across. Let's see. Let me get Purgatory's other leg back here first. So that way she's got 2 legs. It's always a plus. Purgatory enjoys having the 2-leg treatment. That way at least we know where she's going to be. All right, so she's jumping, she's standing. I'll probably do a little fixin' on her leg here, just to make sure that's straight. But it's in the general place where it needs to be. So that's the important part for this evening. Yeah, let me put a point on this pencil here. Old school. Look at this. Old school pencil sharpener. What is Bill doing? I thought everything was digital. All right. We could still have Nira showing up somewhere. And we're still drawing some little tinies on a piece tonight, but I don't know. We'll see if it fits in here or not. Because Nira coming out of the air duct is gold in my eyes. Here, I'm gonna have Nira. Here, let me bring the camera down so you can see what I'm doing here. I got Nira down here. I'm gonna try to get her coming out of an air duct, but at the very least she'll be coming out of some rubble or something. Something that makes sense for the pick. And I'll fix the highlights in her eyes and stuff like that. That way she doesn't look. She looks a little cross-eyed right now. You know what I'm saying? It's like she had a couple of drinks. All right, I'll put a little bit of a surprised look on her face since she's crawling out and seeing this scene. There we go. It's kind of bothering me that her eyes look straight up like she's just cross-eyed. She just came out of a methane vent. So I tell you what, I'm just gonna place her eyes here like this. There you go. That'll be good. That's better. I tried to draw her eyes with the highlights and everything, and the highlights made her look like she had crossed eyes. She's gonna be crawling out of. We'll see if I can make it a vent. That was the idea. In honor of our boy Bruce. And Neri's got a good sense of humor, so in honor of our boy Bruce, we're gonna have her coming out of an air vent. Damn it. I should have her holding the lighter. That would actually be great. Okay. See what you guys did? You put all these ideas in my head. Yeah, I just happen to have a lighter. Let me see. How am I holding this thing? Do it like this, so she's got her finger on the thing like this. Okay, I got you. I got to make sure I know how to draw this darn thing. Gotta have some reference around. All right, get our little Cyber Angel glove on here. Kind of flicking on the lighter there to turn it on. Yeah, that's working out. Squashing her boobs there a little bit, but that's okay. She's coming out of an air vent. What do you want? Nira coming out of an air vent. Promises made, promises kept. I love it, dude. All right, let's pull it back a little bit and see what we got here. And we're actually doing pretty good. We're almost at the 1 hour mark, and we almost have the piece pretty much laid out where we need it. Just a little background thing, maybe some other little background elements just to make it look interesting. That way some of this background kind of connects a little bit, like it's part of some rubble or maybe a building that fell down or something like that. The aftermath of a battle, and these two are just really, really mad at each other now. Yeah, I like where this is going. This is good. This is good. Let me scroll up just a little bit. Chet says no AC duct things. Oh man, now you tell me. Well, it's I can have her coming out of some rocks. If you end up winning the piece tonight, I'll have her coming out of the rubble instead of out of an air vent. If you don't like the way this looks, I'll make the change for you, my friend. I will do it. I will do it. As he Chet says, better to do that for the Christmas special. Yeah, that would be, because it's got more of a sense of humor to it. This is more of a fun action battle pose, you know. But you can tell me, if you win the piece tonight, you can actually tell me what to do with the Nira element in the corner. We can actually remove it and just put rubble and stuff like that. So it's really just a battle between the two of them. We can always, that's a good thing about having it in pencil too. We can make some little adjustments and stuff. So you can let me know. Kevin says someone is eyeing up Thalia's backside. Yes, she is. She's taking a look. Some person says, ho, 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 Nira. What'd you call me? What? Oh man, yeah. I think this is where this one is. I think this is where this one is for tonight. There we go. Just kind of darken up these little pieces a little bit, just so we can see where it's at. Let me see. I'll turn it this way so you can see most of it. I'll tighten up the hair, tighten up the face a little bit. I'll tell you what, guys, if I'll go ahead and turn on the little thing. And for anybody who doesn't, if you happen to be joining us, please hang out. If you're going to chat or if you're going to bid on our auction piece for the evening, please join us on our YouTube channel. For some reason on Facebook, it doesn't sync up right. So it's always one of those things where always encourage you to please join. And plus, it helps me with the little algorithm or whatever. I mean, I am a small, humble channel, so for you guys to like and subscribe and do those things, it really does help out a whole lot. Christopher says artwork looks fantastic. Thank you, dude. I appreciate you, man. But yeah, let's see. What time is it right now? It's 11 o'clock. I'm going to let this go for 5 minutes. And then we'll do a 10-second countdown, and we'll see who wins the piece. I'll grab a little scratch sheet of paper over here. That way I can just write some things down so I don't have to scroll all the way back up. And then we can just go from there. So if anybody would like to bid on it, the only rule I have as far as bidding goes is just write down the word bid next to your bid. That way we just know that it's a serious bid. I'm not going to confuse it with anything. Platinum is in a room with 50. Thanks, Plat. You're awesome, dude. Kevin says, Nero, I think I made a wrong turn in the duck somewhere. I made a wrong turn in Albuquerque. Christopher Bouchard, yay, bid for 55. Thank you, Christopher. It's 11:01. We got 4 minutes left. Let me see. I'm just writing it down here. That way, just in case I don't have to scroll back up. And I don't want to miss anybody. And then when we do the 10-second countdown, you guys will keep me straight, make sure I don't miss anybody. I know how the snipers are. I know how the snipers be. But thanks, guys. No, I appreciate you guys a lot. And then, and like I said, we're going to spend some studio time. We'll spend the next 40 or 50 minutes or so. We're going to put on some finishing touches onto these other pieces over here while we're doing these other things. Platinum with the masterful 69.69 bid. You're awesome, bro. Platinum is a big man in the room right now with 69. We still have 3 minutes left. And after that, we will do a 10-second countdown. I'll do the 10-second countdown with the old keyboard in the chat, which is one of the reasons I really would like everybody just to be in the same chat room. So that way, because there's always a delay between my voice and when you actually hear me. There's like a 5 to 8 second delay, which is like forever in broadcast time. Kevin says, that's my bid. Chet's in the room. Chet says, ready, Plat, 100 bid, can't let that diehard tunnel stand there. So Chet's in the room with 100. Thanks, brother. Yeah, if you win, we will change up the tunnel. We will change up the diehard tunnel. This will be a cool action piece between Purgatory and Thalia. So Chet's in the room with 100. Thanks, dude. I want to write that down so that way I don't have to scroll back up. We're all good. Yeah, Chet is ready. Chet says this one's going to come out. That Nera tunnel scene is going to disappear, he says. It's coming out of there is what he says. Chet also says, Evil Ernie and ENX Little Tiny going in place. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, that's a good idea. I like that idea. That matches what's going on in the picture a lot too. I would agree. But the only way it's going to happen is if Chet wins the bid for tonight. We've got 2 more minutes. Actually, no, it just turned 11:04. It's 1 more minute. And then we're going to go ahead and do that 10-second countdown. In fact, let me get my keyboard ready so I can do the 10-second countdown. And I just type it in as the little field clears up on the bottom of the... So as fast as it lets me type it in, I do my best to type it in. Platinum is back in the room with 125. Thanks, Plat. He says, I think I'll be the one saying what's happening with anything tonight, sir. Kevin says, I think Nero was crawling down the tunnel and being John Malkovich and went the wrong way, thinking, this isn't a famous actor. Chet is in the room banging. $200 bid. Chet says, I know what's happening with that Nero tunnel situation. Chet is in charge. It is 11:05. Platinum says, Nero, no. All right, Chet's in the room with 200. We're going to go ahead and do our 10-second countdown. Chet says he's in charge, man. Chet says he is in charge of what's happening to this piece. All right, so it's 9, 8. Why does it take so long to clear? 7, 6, 5. I feel like the count. I always feel like the count. I'm counting. 4, 3, 2, 1. All right, there we go. Typing in 000. That means sold and sold. Let me see. Let me scroll up. Let me just make sure nothing else chimed in between. Chet, you are the man, dude. Chet is the winner. Please, everybody, congratulate Chet tonight. That was awesome, awesome, awesome. Let me put the piece right up here. That means according to Chet, we're gonna have a little tiny evil Ernie and a little tiny. What did you say? Was it ENX? Yes, it was ENX. So I'm gonna write myself that note right now. So it's gonna be evil Ernie, and it's gonna be a little tiny ENX. And then poor Nira, she's going away. I'm gonna put a little X right on her head because she's gonna be going away. Congratulations, Chet. Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir. Let me see. Let me go back here. Kevin says you are the delayed count. I know, man. It's like I'm waiting for because if I don't wait until the field is empty, then it just screws. It messes the whole thing up. Christopher says congrats. Kevin says congrats. Chris says congrats. Chet says thank you. Now drop the tunnel. Just like that, dude. It's out. It's out. Thank you, brother. All right, I'm going to set this piece aside for you. That's going to be part of the Christmas and Happy New Year inking that's going to be happening so that we can share some stuff. All right, now I've got two different pieces here. And amazingly enough, they're both Chet's. These are Chet's pieces. One on different auctions. So this was one on a different auction, and this is one that we're doing for our channel and for our books here. So Chet, since these are both your pieces, we're going to work on one of them tonight. You mentioned that you would like to add some little tiny characters to this piece, but we also have a lot of inking to do left on this piece. So we can spend the next 30 minutes or so working on one of these two pieces. So let me know in the chat. Chet says that we'll talk later for the position for the little tinies. Kevin says, but as long as this video exists, the tunnel exists. Chet says the left side because it's older. This is true. Well, wait a minute. Was this on the left? ENX or cat mouse? Because this is the cartoony version of cat mouse. Never. There we go. ENX or cat mouse? ENX or cat mouse? Yeah, that's what I thought. Okay, just want to make sure. All right, man. We're going to do some inking for the next 30 minutes or so, or maybe 40 minutes. Depends. It depends on how far we get going here. I got some pens. By the way, thank you everybody for your bids. You guys are awesome. You make every week a whole lot of fun to be able to do this. We come up with cool ideas together, and we put them down on paper, squeeze them out of my brain somehow, like the orange juice that it is. All right, this is a really cool piece, and this is another 2-page spread. So this is one half of it of ENX looking in a mirror at Thalia, the cyber demon. But then on the other piece, we have the exact opposite. We've got Thalia looking at ENX. So it's the same. It's a little play on the image. So really, really enjoying this piece. This is going to be really cool, and it's going to look good in our books. There we go. Breathing some life into these characters. Yeah, 2025, we're going to have a lot of cool little offerings in 2025. A lot of the content that we make throughout the year, thanks to everybody actually chipping in and bidding on the artwork or straight up commissioning it, because you guys are actually buying the artwork and collecting it. You're actually supporting the creation of the content that I'm putting into the books and onto our Patreon page and onto anything else that we're creating. So this is a very, very collaborative enterprise, I should say. Because without you guys, we wouldn't have the content. Without everybody doing their part, we wouldn't have all the different little pieces of the puzzle that we need to come up with these cool things. And it's a good excuse for us to just do fun stuff together, that's the real reason. All right. She needs some eyeballs, so let's give her some eyeballs. There we go. I actually had to stop talking there for a second because for some of these lines, I literally hold my breath because I don't like, when it comes to certain parts like eyeballs and lips and parts like that, it's one wrong little move and she's got a mustache or she's cross-eyed or she ends up with a cyborg eye because I just screwed her up. There we go. Got different size pens for all the different little pieces. We have an amazing commission idea coming up soon. It's basically the grotto. It's kind of like maybe it could be at the X-Men mansion. It might be because it's got all X-Men chicks in this grotto, and we're doing our versions of those characters in different situations. Kevin might know what I'm talking about, since that is actually his commission. And that's definitely one that we're going to post on the Patreon page, because there's a lot of ones like well, first of all, there's going to be a lot of pieces that will be posted this coming week. A lot of them are pieces that we did on this show, and I'm doing when I get the inks done on them, I'm doing digital inks, and I'm also doing some color and doing some mods. So the regular versions I'll post for free on the Patreon page, so you don't even need to have a membership or anything like that. The ones that are posted as a public post, everybody can just see and download. And then the ones that have adult content or they're a little spicier, the little modified ones that are just for the club members, then of course you would have to have a membership to get those. But you can download the public posts, and I upload high res files of those images. So I'm not just uploading like a thumbnail. I want you guys to have like a good version of the image for your digital collections. All right, make a little progress there. Let me see where you guys are at on the chat here. Let's see here. Some person says, Nero looks in the mirror and says, I think I'm getting fat. ENX, you are. That sounds like their relationship. That sounds like who they are. Fight ensues. Chet says, still stocked up on pens too, I take it. The pens are doing pretty good, I think. Overall, it's like no emergencies. I will have to look at the boxes in the back room, and I can let you know. What's happening with that, because I think there's always one size that gets used up more than the others, and ends up needing a refill. So I'll definitely let you know. Thank you so much for asking. So I appreciate that, dude. Chet says Kevin and his 9 million page collection. Yeah, Kevin, dude, it's like, first of all, Kevin did he got the record for the biggest art collection pickup at a convention, at a comic book convention in mouse history. He picked up 100 pieces. Amazing. We had a good time. We took some pictures. We had a good time. That was at San Diego Comic-Con. So I had to sweat it out. I sweat it out because I was carrying a box with 100 pieces for pickup. and everything went well. Everything was good. And all was good in the world. I always take pieces to San Diego for people to pick up when we're at our tables. But that's the first time I ever had to take 100 pieces. That's amazing. Made me super happy. There we go. Yeah, hopefully everybody's weekend is going good. I don't know where everybody lives regionally, so I don't know if any of you guys, I know where a couple of you live, but I don't know if any of you are in any of these areas that are getting all these snowstorms and things. So if you are, I hope you guys stay safe. I've lived in areas like that before, and it's cool until it's not, you know. So I hope you guys are staying safe. Chet says show off. It's all in a good home. Yes. The Cyber Angels know where they like to go. They know their favorite peoples. Some person says Kevin has one room that's pasted with your art from floor to ceiling. Hopefully collected in nice little portfolios, nice little boxes, or Kens or Platinums. You guys are awesome. Chet says nope, slight wind and cold. Yeah, that's what it is here. It's not too bad here. I'm on the East Coast, but I am in Virginia. In fact, I'll say that I'm in Virginia Beach, which is actually the lower right-hand corner of Virginia. So nowhere near where all of this snow and stuff is hitting. In fact, the way global warming is affecting my place of residence is that we actually haven't had snow in like the past 3 or 4 years now. It's actually kind of sad. Granted, I don't want to overcorrect and just have a straight up blizzard tomorrow either, you know, so I feel bad for people who got to deal with the weather being too much. I want just enough snow so that I could do donuts in the parking lot, you know, normal stuff. I don't want to shovel out snow to save my life. There we go. Just had to get some of those lines in there that I needed to get in there. Chet says, not like Frisco tornado warning. Oh no, jeez. Yeah, some places like south and southwest of here, like Tornado Alley. You know, it's like all those states like that where they get a lot of tornadoes and stuff. But San Francisco, really? I don't really know what the weather's like in San Francisco. I know how it is in San Diego, typically LA, and I know how it is because I have some friends that live up in Washington State. So I know that the weather. I know what the weather generally is like up there, but San Francisco, not really familiar with how it normally is there. You know, it's like how out of whack is the Earth? So Mercer says you should get Kevin to move next door. The deliveries would be much cheaper. I had to fly 3,000 miles. Kevin says Bill wouldn't get any other work done, and I'd always be broke. Chet says until you go to the ocean over there, that was cold last time I was there. You know, at nighttime it's been getting pretty cold, and at the beach, it does get pretty cold right down at the beach. The beach is like it's only 15 minutes away from my house. It's a big difference though. It's like big difference in temperature between between being at the beach and where my house is at. Platinum says it's not fair. He started collecting before me. I know he had an unfair advantage. Unfair advantage. Time constraints. Ken says, is Nira going to sue ENX for cybersuit copyright infringement from Nira's shoot first book? You know, that is where a lot of the inspiration for ENX's suit comes from the Nira X costume that was used in Shoot First. And she used that outfit too in a couple other series from Avatar Press too. So it's not like they're related. I mean, it's Nira is Nira. This is just a doppelganger Nira from a different dimension. So even though this is like evil David Hasselhoff, I couldn't give her a goatee, so I gave her the costume that basically kind of represented those eras. So I thought it was cool to bring that back. Plus, it had something. It was something that she already had. You know what I mean? It's like. So I took a lot of inspiration from that, and then made some modifications to it. Kind of make it her own. Chet says, "Gotta play catch up." Yep. This is true. All right, we'll do a little bit more ink in here tonight. Yeah, when I do Chet's big Christmas piece, I'm going to make sure I upload a high-res version of that to the Patreon page. And like I said, it's going to be free for everybody to download. So that's kind of our Christmas gift to you, is to be able to download a high-res image of that drawing. And you don't have to have like a membership or anything in order to get it. So it'll just be there for you. It's going to be a digital Christmas. And next year, we'll see how things go. Maybe we can do something like a little physical Christmas goodie of some kind. Here we go. it's nice to see that we found a way to make sure that these characters, their adventures, are continuing. There we go. Let's see where we're at there. Now, I am going to be part of an art auction. I don't have the link yet, but I will next week. There's going to be an art auction the day after Christmas on the Comic Book Experience, and I'll have a link for that sometime next week, and let people know maybe what artwork we might have for sale. The auction is also bringing Kat as a guest as well, and there's going to be a good group of artists there from basically everywhere. So that'll be a lot of fun. But that's going to be on the 26th, day after Christmas. It's good to be busy. It's good to be busy. And for the next couple of days, it looks like I'm going to be lettering. There's I think it's a 150 page. Kat's coloring a graphic novel for a company out in LA. We've worked for them for years. The company's called Storyboard. They do graphic novels for lots of different private companies and everything. We work for everybody. But Kat is coloring I think it's a 150 page graphic novel for them. And yours truly has to letter it. I wear a lot of different hats. I gotta do lots of stuff. But it's good though. It's good though. Keeps me fresh. Chet says maybe you should start on the middle piece of the Christmas piece, at least rough it out. It's a possibility. I got to read your description of that piece and really put it in my brain so I can actually kind of map out how far things are going to go, especially if we're going to make it into three different pieces. I'll take a little look at it. We'll see, because that's going to take me a minute to read through and put it in my brain. Some person says there's another auction on January 11th at Red Valkyrie. Yes, there is. Let me look at my calendar real quick. I didn't want to think that far ahead, but you're absolutely right. Yeah, there's. Let me look at my other calendar. Wow, I have to actually look at my 2025 calendar. That's crazy, dude. But yes, you're absolutely right. January 11th. Cat Mouse and I are both going to be there. Yep, we're going to be there on the Red Valkyrie channel. I think, let me see, what's our time slot? I think our time slot is the nighttime time slot at 8 p.m. So yes, at 8 p.m. time slot on the Red Valkyrie art channel, absolutely, January 11th. And that's gonna be really cool. We always have fun with our friends over there. Always a good time. Yeah, thanks for reminding me about that. I thought it might be too soon to mention it, but you know what? It's good to have a heads up, like as soon as you can. As soon as I know dates, I should be telling people because I know I like to plan ahead if I can, for things like that. So, but yeah, we're all set up. We're gonna be there. There we go. Just wanted to put some shadow, some little shading on there, some little hatching. We'll see where we end up with this piece for tonight. Yeah, Chet was mentioning that's when Shay is doing hers. Yeah, Shay and Sai, that's their auction on the 11th. So at the Red Valkyrie Underground Art Auction. Indeed, indeed. Platinum says, "You're not busy, Master Mouse. You're slammed." But busy is good. I don't like to be behind. That's something that we're fixing from this past year. But busy is always good. Busy is good. Keeps me inspired. Keeps me moving. Chet says, "Gonna have to set you, set you regular on Sunday then." Yeah, I was thinking about that. If there's going to be, well, it only interrupts one Saturday like a month, so I don't know if I want to change my regular show to Sundays because sometimes the art auction goes for a couple days depending on whose auction it is. But at the same time, if I hear feedback from you guys telling me that Sunday is actually a better day for that 10 o'clock slot, depending on, because people have to go to work on Monday. I don't want to keep anybody late, and I don't want people to not tune in because, whatever. You guys can give me some feedback on that and about a regular day. Right now, Saturdays at 10 seems to work out very good for people, but yeah, if it's different for you, like I don't mind getting an email or a message saying it's like, oh, I like this certain time better or a time slot or maybe a different day of the week is more convenient for me to catch things. So if I hear enough people chiming in one direction or the other, then that could swing the show to a different day and a different time. Right now it'll stay Saturdays at 10 o'clock for the time being, and then when we have like for Shay's auction and stuff like that, when there's an auction somewhere else. For those days, I'll definitely switch it to Sunday, and I'll try to let everybody know. I'll put a little note on the YouTube channel and on my Facebook and stuff like that. Some person says, "I think I remember your first auction." Kat was saying you were so excited looking through your back stock to sell. Yeah, man, I love selling all this. I love being able to get things in people's hands, especially when it's stuff that was hard to find in the first place. And now, like, there being less comic shops and like I don't have like my monthly. I used to be published monthly in comic shops, for like almost 20 years, and then so now it's kind of hard to find some of these books and some of these titles. So I'm always excited. when people remember the stuff. And if I can make it available, that's all the better. Kevin says before long, Bill will be drawing live just to keep up with his. But wait, there's more. There's always one more thing. Just says just do it on earlier time of for that week. On an earlier, just in an earlier time slot. Yeah, that could be a good thing. I mean, if it comes on, the auction starts at 8, so maybe like a late afternoon show might be in order for that day, but we'll keep it on the same day. That's a good idea. That's a good idea. I'll definitely think about that. That's not a bad way to go. Platinum says I work Sunday night. No. Don't worry, we'll keep it on Saturday. We'll keep it on Saturday. And there's and the auctions, they only happen every once in a while, so it's not going to like interrupt like a whole bunch of Saturdays or anything like that. So it's all good in the hood. All right, let me see what I can do here with this, and then we'll figure out where we're going to leave the drawing for tonight. Different pens for different jobs. I noticed the older I get, depending on how I'm feeling, some pens shake a little bit for some certain kind of lines. So that's why you'll see me grab lots of different pens and I draw it like, dragging the line from different directions. I'm always spinning the paper around. Helps me keep the lines straight. Yeah. I like it when a line comes together. Yeah, depending on the size of the line and how long I actually have to drag it. Like for this size line, like these brush pens, they're awesome. But then I'll have to switch to something else when I do something a little bit smaller, different size. All tools of the trade, as it were. But like I wouldn't be able to do a line like this with a different kind of pen. So it's always the right tool for the right job. Cool. Had to hold my breath for those too. There we go. Just making sure we got exactly what we need. All right, almost done with this here. Sweet. All right, let me pull back a little bit. Let's see what we got here. Yeah, I think I'm starting to run out of juice. Some person says Kat's going to be there. Something fun usually happens. She brings a really good energy with her. She's a good kid. Good kid. I've decided to keep her. Man, but yeah, I think that's the energy I've got for tonight, guys. Take a little break, stretch my back a little bit. Some person says last one is all in Chinese or Korean characters, so it's hard to find its actual brand name. Man. Well, guys, this was a great auction. We had a good time. Let's put up Chet's piece. Well, both of these are Chet's pieces, aren't there? It's been a Chet night. Yes, Chet. We're gonna remove Nero from the corner. We're gonna make sure that Evil Ernie and ENX is over here, little tiny. Gonna have some cool adventures. Oh, thanks, Christopher. Yeah, I appreciate you, dude. Yeah, I'm glad you guys were here. I'm glad we get to hang out every weekend and do this. This is always a lot of fun. Some person says, "Oh wait, half my stuff was blocked. I was listing pens." Oh man, I didn't see you listing any pens. Why was it blocked? Why was it blocked? Are you? I could see the little YouTube logo on your thing, so I know. I'm pretty sure you're commenting straight from the YouTube channel. Chet says, "Excellent, excellent." Some person says it was. Oh, it was. Been finding some good old pens lately. There's some Sharpie S gels and a Chinese pen called Iho, maybe Io. That really flows. Another called Belmp. That's cool. I'm always looking into new pens, new things. Gosh, I've had like 20 different kinds of white pens for highlights, and I ended up settling for these Posca pens. Not the ones with the felt tip, but the ones with the really sharp plastic tips on them. They're let me see if I could bring it up real close. They got these little plastic tips on them, and you can see right there. It marks right on my finger. But it is really good for highlights. One of the things about all the pens that I use, though, I always have to test them out because when I do Copic marker commissions, I need to make sure that the pens don't bleed with the Copic markers. The Copic markers are all these, all the pigments are like suspended in alcohol. And if sometimes it'll make different types of ink. Like I can't use regular ink with a brush if I'm going to be doing Copic markers on top of them, because it'll make the ink bleed. It'll actually dissolve the ink. So the ones that I've found so far that are Copic proof-ish enough to get actual work done are the Pitt pens, and these the Pentel brush pens have been good for me so far, and these Pentel sign pens have been really good. The sign pens are great because you get little brush strokes with them. I don't know if you can see the tip there. There you go. It's kind of a felt tip, but it gives you kind of a brush stroke kind of feel to the lines, as opposed to the regular felt tip pens that are just like they act more like tech pens. Some person said it's probably blocked because I mentioned Amazon. That's always a possibility. Siri's always listening, isn't she? They got us all tagged and weighed, man. It's like the AI is everywhere, man. Oh, let me see here. Let me make sure there's nothing else on my calendar. I think everything is cool. And as far as I know, our next show, let me look at December just to be sure. Sometimes I say we're going to be here next week, and it's like there's no show next week. But, today being the 14th, next week is going to be the 21st. And yeah, we should be here. We should be here at 10 o'clock Standard Eastern Time next week, Saturday. and we're going to do it all again. We're going to be working on some Christmas things, I think, next week. So yeah, please join me, and we'll be here. We'll have some fun, come up with a cool sketch, and work on some other things that we got cooking up, and that would be a good time. Thank you everybody for joining me, like I said, and enjoy the rest of your weekend. And hopefully, if you happen to catch one of my randomly timed randomly timed draw streams through the week, because sometimes I will just randomly just start drawing online just to have some studio time. So if you catch me, that would be awesome. Please come out and say hi. And if you can, like the video or subscribe to the channel, all that good stuff that makes me feel like I'm a big YouTuber. And you guys have a good one. I will see you again next Saturday, if nothing else. Have a good one. Thanks again for supporting and enjoying the art. We'll see you again. All right. Good night, everybody.
Good night, Seattle.